Love tickles like magic. I bet you $1. Love tickles like magic. How can you sleep alone? You toss and you turn and you cry all night with no one to hold you tight. I bet you $1. Love tickles like magic. I bet you $1. Love tickles like magic. How can you sleep alone with no one to call your home? You toss and you turn and you cry all night with no one to hold you tight. Come on, come on, don't let me wait too long. Come on, don't let me wait too long. How can you sleep alone in one big bed all night? You toss and you turn and you cry all night with no one to hold you tight. Love is pleasure. Love is pleasure. I said love is pleasure. Love is pleasure. I bet you $1. Love tickles like magic. I bet you $1. Love tickles like magic. How can you sleep alone with no one to call your own? You toss and you turn and you cry all night with no one to hold you tight. I bet you $1. Love tickles like magic. I bet you $1. Love tickles like magic. When you are alone, how does it feel? How does it feel? Oh yeah. I bet you $1.
Junior Delgado, Love is Pleasure, from his brand new album Reasons.
I bet you $1.
Now, you know I know this track going way back from the 70s through to the 90s. Junior Delgado remains one of reggae's most respected and well-loved artists, and it really is my pleasure to welcome him to the studio this afternoon. Junior Delgado, welcome.
Yeah, greetings, you know. Yeah, and greetings to all the staff of
GLR. Of course, because you're no stranger down here.
Yeah.
Junior's well loved and respected down here at GLR too. And in fact, I should mention that the surprise, I've been telling everyone that I had a really nice surprise for them, is the fact that I begged and borrowed a track or two from you from Robert Elms, a session you did from Robert Elms in March.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to play a track or two from that session, if you don't mind.
Yeah, give thanks.
Okay, and Robert gives us his blessing. Now, Junior, yours, as I said, is one of the most incredible being an operative word there, incredible stories in the reggae business, because you started out as a youngster way back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And you were actually into jazz singing?
Yeah, I can sing like R&B, jazz, or any one of them music, you know. Mm-hmm. The only one I really never practice is calypso, you know.
Why?
Yeah. Calypso is all right, you know, but, you know, calypso is a real kind of feeling hot, rude music, you know.
Rude.
Yeah, so I try to stick to like the educational side, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of music and types of music and approaches to music, the track I played, Love is Pleasure, was actually one of my favorite tracks from way back when, called Love Tickles Like Magic.
Yeah, that's when Wailers, it was Wailers who backed it, that song.
The original.
Yeah, in 1973, 74, we did it for Larry Epnick, you know.
I remember.
That's when I was a teenager, around 16.
You were that young?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and Larry came to Jamaica and he asked me to record 2 songs for his label. And it was Family Man and Carlton Barrett and Violindo and Tyrone Downey. You know, backed it, that song, the original. You know, and like V2 wanted me to do it again, you know, so I just done it over, you know.
Okay, now I tried to find the original, but that's so buried in my collection that I had no chance.
Yeah.
But I remember it vividly, and what I remember about it was a completely different arrangement.
Yeah, it was
hard
different.
driving, dancehall type of rhythm.
Family Man bass line are always terrible, you know. Yeah.
And you did that to it, Junior. I mean, what made you?
It was me and Adrian Sherwood, you know. You know, jobless Adrian, you know, you know, and Adrian did a pretty fine job on it.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, I heard it and I thought, I know this song.
Yeah.
I know this song.
It's Adrian who requested it to be done again, you know.
I mean, how do you feel personally about redoing your classic stuff?
Well, I feel more honored, you know, because it's a part of history then, and it's a part of history now, you know, so...
It's a part of you as well.
Yeah, and for the new kids on the block, you know, to pick up on it, you know, I give thanks, you know.
Now, you speak about new kids on the block. Surely you remember when you were a new kid on the block, we spoke about Love Tickles Like Magic, which you recorded like as a teenager.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the music now and the sounds you're hearing now from the youngsters?
Yeah, well, the youngsters is making good music, you know. I must say that, you know. I honestly have to say that because I've been listening. The youngsters are making good music, you know. It's just that they need to move it up a notch, you know. Maybe because I'm a big man now, you know. I would say I would make certain music they make, but you know, they are kids, you know, so, you know, I there's no dispute, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you just wish perhaps the level of...
Yeah, it like lyrical and rhythm, you know. And like if they would take up like more instrument and sheet music, you know.
But I mean, wouldn't that give rise to criticism? The way you have been criticized, for instance, the way you treated the tracks, which I personally love. I mean, I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I love hearing different sounds and different types of arrangements. Because it's reggae, it doesn't have to be rigid. But you have been criticized, no doubt, by people saying, well, it's a bit soft, and what's happening to Junior? Is this a kind of mellow direction for you? How do you counteract those kind of criticisms?
No, it's just a different type of song, really, you know, and you can please some people sometime, but you can't please all the people all the time, you know. That's the way I have to put it, you know. And I know it's a masterpiece, you know, and give thanks to John again, you know, for requesting that song. And, you know, but I have original art of song that they want. I can give them it all the time, you know.
Well, Junior, I know. I mean, I couldn't even begin to try bringing all your stuff in the studio today, but we're talking about tough songs like Fort Augustus and rhythms of that ilk where you were driving the rhythm, I'm sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
And is there that still left in Junior Delgado? Do we
rougher than that still left in June? Is me have to be like easing up right now, because if I come too rough, they're gonna be like, you know, saying, oh, it's too rough and
but
it's too harsh. And
no, there is room for that kind of in-your-face reality, the same way as Sizzler, I reckon, don't you think?
Yeah, well, if you check the LP, it's on there, you know, in the face reality, you know.
I know.
King Shall Come, Prophecy, you know, hanging tree, you name it, you know.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there.
And room for a love song or two as well. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk a bit about, well, we have to talk about your beginnings in music and where you're actually coming from in terms of where you started musically.
Well, musically, it's in the church, really, you know. I never know I was going to be a singer, you know. And I never know when you go to sing, you call money and those things, you know. I rehearsal and school concert and winning prize, and someone take me to Upset Ali Perry, you know, and the very first time he heard me rehearse, you know, he says, well, I have to record you today, you know. I didn't tell him to do that, you know. It's when I sing, like, people like all Augustus, Pablo, those people like know the business. Whenever someone open their mouth, those people know, you know, instant. You know, Cox, you know, Joe Gibbs, you know, Jammies and Tubbies, you know, those people, you know.
You recorded with all these people as producers, they being the producers and you being the singer. In the heyday of reggae, when, you know, reggae was still being, well, new forms of reggae was still being formulated. Roots was happening. We'd just come out of Rocksteady and so on, and it was very vibrant and very exciting and very alive. How did you feel at that time, being a youngster amongst all these great people who, even at that time, were real giants? Lee Perry, so on, Coxon, Duke Reid, Augustus Pablo, the late great.
Yeah. Well, I feel honored to be playing with them, but like you never take it for a big thing, you know. You would like overlook it. You want to get it right because you have to be rehearsed, you know, and your song have to be proper, you know, because when you go in front of all these big producers, if your syllables is not right and certain thing, they're gonna tell you have to go and come back, you know. And it's a tough game them times, you know. It's not easy. You know, you have to can dress, you have to have good dress code, you know, and you know, you have to be like an artist, you know. You know, you can't be like some guy that is trying a thing now and who can put anything on a record.
You have to convince people that you are the man.
And anything cannot go on record, like anything you just on the street you may say. You know, you have your lyrics got to be proper, you know, and it got to be like a song, like a storytelling, you know.
I mean, it's interesting that you should speak so deeply about that time, because when you compare it to now, I think even though, as you rightly say, good music is being made, we have talented people, the production work, the production leaves a lot to be desired sometimes, and they don't, as you say, use instruments, they don't use lyrics properly, and they don't use the artist to their full potential, I think. And I've seen this with my eyes. I'm not going to mention any names, but I was in a studio session one day, and there was a singer singing this song, and the producer was a really famous producer, well known. It was a singer as well. And this young singer had sung the line the producer had asked him to sing. And he did kind of like an improvisation. And it sounded beautiful. It was different to what the producer had asked for. And the producer came in and said, no, sing it this way. So boring, so flat, so ordinary, just the same way as everyone done it every day. And I thought to myself, is he scared to experiment? You know, was he threatened by this singer just breaking out and doing his own thing? And it stuck to me.
Yes, some people really don't ready for new things, you know. You know, maybe they love the old-fashioned way, you know. But you have to ready for new things. You have to ready for new channels, you know, and escalation, you know. Yeah.
So how did you link up with Adrian Sherwood? Because I know he had his own studio set up with the On You sound, and he was doing his own productions.
Yeah, well, our linked up with Adrian Sherwood is Hubbard Shepherd, you know, from V2 Records. Yeah, it's he who take me to Adrian. But I did know Adrian long time, you know, because he been around long, you know, but I never go to record for him or nothing like that. But Habbo, who take me to Ajan and says they would like us to do an acoustic album, And like me and Ajan come together, and Ajan says, all right, give him a couple of days and he will think what we're going to start and what we're going to do. And we started and went to Jamaica, and used like Chino Smith and Robbie Lynn, Tom Lynn, Chantel, Johnny Dizimore,
all the greats.
Yeah, and Chris Murdit, and Oxman and bass. A lot of musician, plays on it in Jamaica, and we finished the album, and I'm very pleased, I'm very pleased about it. It's a milestone,
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
We're going to hear more from it after travel.
Butterfly fly, it is for a reason, really for a reason. Why does the green grass grow? It is for a reason, really for a reason. Why does the cool breeze blow? It is for a reason, for a reason. And why do I sometimes cry? Because I'm from the Father. Because I am from the Father. And up the street I go, come to meet me, people come to greet me, and down the street I go. People come to meet me, people come to greet me, and while they come to greet, because I'm from the Father, because I am from the Father.
Junior Delgado, track called Reasons, title track from his new album, his brilliant new album. And Junior Delgado is my special music guest on the Sunday Best this afternoon. Now, Junior, before the travel, we were speaking about different styles and different approaches. And this track particularly is very bluesy, almost jazzy. Different type of arrangement, not reggae at all, really, but yet still hardcore reggae.
Yeah, it's hardcore reggae still, but it's like slow down a bit, and you find like the oboe playing, and you get more like mellow, and really classy,
Pianos
and Robbie Lynn playing that piano, is like music,
It is music
to a level,
Yes, very atmospheric.
Yeah, and then the nature with the sea licking up in the background and the birds, and makes it, make it what I really want, what I really want to get out of the music.
I mean, it's a joy and a pleasure to see an artist create a piece of work and be so happy with it, as you obviously are. And I should point out to the listeners, this is another track, one of my favorite Junior Delgado classics that you decided to revamp for the year 2000.
Yeah.
And I absolutely adore it. Honestly, I listen to this at home.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Sunday Best GLR 94.9 FM. As I said, Junior Delgado is my special guest in the studio this afternoon. Delgado, Delgado. Now, that's a very Spanish-sounding name. Tell me where you got that name from.
Well, it's my mother, you know. It's my middle name, you know, and it's my mother who called me Delgado because when I was born, I was very skinny. You know? And when I was growing up, I was very thin, you know. So my middle name was Delgado, you know, and then D Brown now was the one who make it stick by calling me Gado, you know, and then they say it should be Junior Delgado, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very catchy.
Yeah.
You're not very skinny now.
No.
You feel that now.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Now, those days, you actually recorded a track or two, Titian, I remember, for Dennis Brown's Deb label, Dennis Brown and Castro Brown's Deb label.
Yeah.
And what happened to that partnership? Because we sort of like thought, wow, big things are going to happen here. Gina Delgado, Dennis Brown together.
Yeah. Well, that track was really me and Chino Smith who produced that track, like in 1972, 73, you know. And like Chino have it so long that, you know, I and Dennis was making up this album, Taste of the Young Heart. So we went to Chino and we took the tape, and then Sofara came to Jamaica and we cut a dub from it. Coxon came to Jamaica and they cut a dub from it, and it becomes a monster over here.
I tell you.
Yeah.
I remember that in George. I don't know if you remember this club in Croydon called Georgian.
Yeah,
we used to go
I
there all
remember Georgian. Yeah. That's the first club I've been when I came to England, you know.
I tell you something as well, that's the first place I saw Dennis Brown. He was about 14 or something like that, and he came to do a PA.
Yeah.
And we had been hearing about this Dennis Brown for a long time, and everybody loved Dennis Brown, and we were so excited.
Yeah.
And when we went to the club to see this PA now, we saw like a little kid, and then we were all looking at each other saying, that's not Dennis Brown, there's no way that's Dennis Brown. And it was.
Yeah, you know, that's my very close brethren, you know, him and Augustus Pablo, you know, because we grew up in the business like from kids, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we lost a lot of our kids to the business, you know. Yeah. We don't get to do like other kids have fun and run up and down and play. We used to have to be like working and, you know, from kids' days, you know. Yeah.
I mean, when you were back in the day and you were sort of like, as you say, kids just running around, but yet still very involved in the music business, did you ever wish, I wish I could go and play cricket, or I wish I could swim in the beach? Or...
Yeah, we did try that, but someone was coming and says, no, you can't do that. You have to come back and sing, you know. Believe me, like the big people, you know, they were saying, no, we're not having that. You have to come, we want you to be a singer. And like my mother never loved it, you know.
She didn't like it?
No, she wanted me to be a guy that go to university and be a lawyer or a doctor or something, you know. But like people were saying, no, you know, this guy's a singer, and we want him to be a singer. And, you know, she couldn't stop them, you know. No, my dad couldn't stop it, you know. Believe me.
So when you left Jamaica, in those days, in the early days, when you stopped singing as a youngster solo, you joined a group.
No, I was, I joined a group after now called Time Unlimited.
Time Unlimited.
That's the group I went to scratch with.
Okay.
You know, I was the lead singer, and Gresford Manning was the lead singer also, you know. And then we record like an album and around 7 songs for scratch, you know, Upsetter. Boris Gardner wrote some songs that I sing also. And then we move on to Rupi Edwards, you know.
So what happened to those tracks?
Yeah, well, Scratch Relief, Sons of Slaves, Reaction, African Sound, 23rd Psalms. You know, he released around 6-7 songs.
Rastaman Dreadlocks.
Yeah, he released a lot of songs.
Okay,
you know?
But it didn't come out in an album form.
No,
okay.
He didn't release the album,
right.
but I don't know, he still got them tracks.
He's
you know?
got so many things.
Yeah.
Mr. Scratch.
Yeah, he's a magician, you know.
Yeah.
Them time you have Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, you know, Junior Biles, you know, Junior Murphy didn't come as yet, you know, but you have like Maxi Romeo, you know, But like I was kid, you know, for
You was
those
youngster
people.
too, yeah.
And, you know, like Bob Marley used to give us some good tips, you know. Peter them, you know. Because them people was loving people who keep you on the right track, you know. We have to give thanks to Bob Marley too, you know. Yeah, because he's a forerunner and him did give us some good teaching too, you know. Yeah, which a lot of people don't know. Because me and Sticker and Chicken was Bob Marley close brethren, you know. As youth brethren, you know. Because he's a man who used to love youth. You know? Yeah.
I mean, you're speaking about all these great people, Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, it's your friends, and it's a joy as well to vision you as youngsters growing up, singing together and growing in Jamaica. It must be magical memories.
Yeah. It was magical. Cause when we know so we did have all Bob Marley, you know, it did feel joyful and, you know, it powerful, you know. Believe me, because we used to look up to the gang, you know Bob, you know, and Peter them and Bonnie too. You know, Alton Ellis, Ken Booth, Chan Holt, those were the older people, you know, for us, you know, and Slim Smith, you know, all of those people, you know.
It's amazing hearing you mention all these names.
Yeah.
I mean, we could sit here forever and you know, just reminiscing on all those wonderful artists, those wonderful times and those wonderful sounds.
Yeah.
But I want to bring us back to, well, the 8th of March, 1999, to be precise. You came here to GLR and recorded a session for our very own Mr. Elms, and I have this session here. Now I'm asking your permission kindly. May I play a track, please?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I think I'll go for the first track on the tape, which is The King Shall Come, which is also on the album Reasons.
Yeah.
Now this is the live version a la Robert Elms. Take a listen. Junior Delgado, The King Shall Come, recorded here at GLR for Robert Elm Show on the 8th of March 1999. Junior is my special music guest on the Sunday Best. Junior, I've got to jump in straight away and say I love that live, big, huge sound. How many people did you have in our basement that day?
Yeah, that was around 4 people.
Only 4 people?
Yeah, believe me. You know, because of all the technology they were using, like sample up the harmonies and all them things, and the brass. You know, but the drummer was there and the bass player was there. And
because I was sitting here thinking, boy, that must have been some session that day.
yeah. But it was easy, you know, easy to do. When you're a professional, you know, you can't like play around. You have to just get it right, you know. And GLR was, you know, I give thanks, you know. They accept me proper and put it over proper.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, we love Junior Delgado down at GLR. And may I add, it's not only my program, but all of the presenters.
Yeah.
Just love your work. And that must be refreshing for you, because we're talking about a huge range of people, not necessarily the normal stereotyped reggae lovers or the old skinheads or, you know, the people who go to dance hall. It's just like a whole cross range of people.
Yeah, I give thanks to them, you know, because it's they who first love us, you know. Yeah.
I want to play another track from that session, but we're going to travel first, talk about some of your live dates coming up, and then we can wrap up nicely.
Yeah.
Junior Delgado, my special guest. We'll be back after this.
I've got to sing about the truth. I've got to sing about my roots. Who am I? Just the son of a slave. Who am I? I've got to behave. Who am I? No matter if you're black or white, instead of spilling off the blood, why can't we help our sisters? Don't push them in the mud. Now hear me for crying out loud. Why not stand up and be proud? If I didn't have faith, now I've got something no man can take it away. No man. Why can't we help our brothers? Now why not? No man can erase.
And class time and people for them love you know, that mean it's not like you have to still bring that, make them sister, well, there's someone, you know, no,
love is the answer.
Yeah, love is the answer, you understand?
So at the moment, we'll talk about Junior Delgado.
The good are the people don't in your answer and murder that guy and murder this guy, and I don't want to call any names, but I've been listening. You know, I even hear music saying rape her with a flashlight. You know, rap music, and I hear so much things. Cop killer. Yeah. You know, and they're talking about violence on television and violence, this and that. But you have the guy who got the money with
parental advisory stickers on the CDs. And when you play the CD, you think, really, did a major company really allow this through the door?
Yeah, this is what happened, you know. And you don't have to, music shouldn't be, you shouldn't have a 18 or a, this music all up. You know, and these guys leave a big legacy for us. You know.
Bob Dylan.
Bob, yeah, they leave good music for us.
Yeah.
All these people. And Bob Marley, they leave good music for us. They wasn't preaching violence.
And they set standards.
They said
You live. I never get to see you often enough. I think the last knocked out then. But someone told me you shall be making the rounds of the UK.
Yeah.
Now, I've got your live dates, so I bet you can't remember them all, can you?
No.
It's amazing how humble you still are, because, I mean, you must be used to it by now, people sort of praising you, heaping accolades on you and saying how much they like your music and how fantastic your work is, and you're still sort of, oh please, you're very humble about it all. How do you maintain that?
Well, differently, believe me. I just feel happy that the people love you, because
it's gone all shy now.
Yeah, people loving you is a blessed thing, believe me. Whether the people are bad or good, from they love you is a blessed thing. And people are very funny, they can turn off you as easy as that, 1, 2, 3, So I give thanks, for all these people who check for I. Okay. I bless them soul,
Well, Junior, I cannot believe we've sat here and spoken for an hour just like that. It seems like 10 minutes.
True,
I still haven't played the last session track, which I'm determined to play because it's the track called Prophecy.
Yeah.
All right. We're going back to the 8th of March, as I said, 1999. This was what Junior Delgado recorded for Robert Elms in our GLR studio. The track is called Prophecy. This is the live cut. Sunday Best, GLR 94.9 FM.
Don't be afraid of how they fly. Just keep your faith in the river runs dry. Better stick it now when you go right. We'll seal a faith in the winds of time. Everybody got to do what they want to do and be who they want to be. And believing
lovely Junior Delgado. That's the live version recorded for Robert Elms here at GLR on the 8th of March 1991. Comes from 1999, sorry, comes from the album Reasons, which will be released tomorrow on Big Cat. Now you can hear the version on the album. And Junior will be playing a set of dates around July and August, okay?
Yeah.
We're playing in London around July, so we'll keep everyone posted. The good news is we've got 3 albums and 3 Junior Delgado posters to give away. Now, he's going to hate me for this, but I got to do it. Junior Delgado, what does Delgado mean? He told us in great detail. Give us a call 01712242000. We're looking for 3 winners. Delgado, what does it mean? He smiled a little shy and all coy, saying, "Oh, Miss P, why did you do that?" Junior Delgado, what does it mean? What does Delgado mean? Give us a call 01712242000. First 3 people through with the right answer get I'm a sucker for a big finish. I'm sorry I couldn't help it. First 3 people through with the right answer. Even Junior's laughing at me. Get a poster and an album each. Now, there is a track I'd like to play from the album. I'm going to play it for you after the news because we're late, I'm afraid.
News for London from the BBC.
Na 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 na. La 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 la. All day just to get a fair play. Not a penny in my pocket, but still I can't refuse this. I've gotta catch the midnight train with my guitar and clothes in the falling rain. Not a dollar in my pocket, but still I can't refuse this. No, I can't refuse working for midnight blues. Working those midnight blues. Working for midnight blues. Working for midnight blues. Upon my face I wave a frown, even though I'm standing on solid ground. Not a penny in my pocket, but still I can't refuse this. Though when the tunnel is dark and I can see no light, they've got me working overtime, carry on to midnight. Not a dollar in my pocket, but still I can't refuse this. No, I can't refuse working for midnight blues. Working for midnight blues. Working for midnight blues. Working for midnight blues. Na 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 na. Oh, oh. I work all night, I work all day, just to get a fair play. Not a penny in my pocket, but still foreign clothes in the falling rain. Not a dollar in my pocket, but still I can't refuse this. No, I can't refuse working the midnight blues. Working the midnight blues. Working the midnight blues. Working those midnight blues. Working the 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 midnight blues.
Still that big finish. I love it. Working the Midnight Blues from the album Reasons, which will be released tomorrow on Big Cat. Junior Delgado, of course, who's my special guest right throughout the second hour. Junior, thank you so much.
I give thanks, to all the staff, at JLR, and it's an honor, to, have me on the program. I bless your soul,
Thank you. They are a diamond lot. They are a diamond lot.
They do, believe me. They always, look after me.
Well, that's because we love you. And I got 3 winners here. We, as you saw, we had a very busy switchboard. It was packed for quite a while, James, wasn't it?
Thanks.
3 people who got through first were B in Haringey, Donovan in Brixton, and Yvonne in Streatham. And Junior, they all know now that you are skinny.
Yeah,
Junior Delgado means skinny, and everybody knows. Yeah. And each of those 3 win an album each, Reasons, and a signed poster. I think we're going to get you to sign the album as well. Yeah. So, Junior Delgado, once again, it was a great, great pleasure.
Yeah, I give thanks, and give thanks to London, all the listeners, Keep listening to GLR, Greater London Radio. Tough.
That's a jingle. Junior, thank you.
Rasta.